buzz. I'm sure you've seen the promos with that phone number. I haven't called that number, and I don't intend to. I'm going in as blind as Raven Shadow without his Ronnie Millsap glasses. A huge trailer broke out for Robert Eggers' Nosferatu. Whatever doubts any Orlok fan may have should be put to rest, but let's see what the film brings this Christmas. And finally, a big trick-or-treat radio congratulations to Robert Englund and John Carpenter for finally receiving stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, receiving them in 2025. Over a combined 100 years of service in the horror world, and let's hope this is just the beginning. Let's open those floodgates and bring in more. An enormous heaping helping of horror news. And welcome to Trick or Treat Radio.
Welcome to episode 622 of Trick or Treat Radio. Trick or Treat Radio is the world's most dangerous podcast recorded in front of an undead studio audience here at Castle Wolfenstein. Also, maybe soon to be the lair of Lost Swag. And also Casa de -0. Technical difficulties at...
Right now it's the lair of Lost Raven Shadow. We can't seem to find him.
Oh, he can't seem to find himself.
No, that's very true.
So, yeah, we're here, and we are this evening going to be talking about the film Exhuma. It's weird to say, right? Like, I don't know why because when
I think of it as the skin ailment, eczema.
Exhuma. I
found myself scratching myself quite a bit as I was watching this.
Okay. I don't think it's eczema. I think he has something else going on.
In the same place, too. It's kind of unusual.
So, exhume something. Exhuma. So, yeah, we're talking about the South Korean horror flick, and is directed by Jang Jae-hyun. Oh, my God. I can't even get that right. But, yeah, we'll be talking about that. It's on Shudder, streaming on Shudder. If you guys haven't checked it out yet, you can go ahead and do that. And but until then, we're probably going to get in some trouble, say some stupid shit, and just kind of bullshit a little bit. So, MZ, you talked about some of the films that you're looking forward to, that you're, the highly anticipated films. Obviously, Long Legs, Osgood Perkins directed, and yes, that is definitely on my list. And as soon as that one hits VOD, we will be doing it on the show for sure. So you guys can look out for that. And I don't know if you saw this, MZ, but did you see that Osgood Perkins has another movie coming out at the beginning of 2025 called Monkey? And it's based on the Stephen King short story.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
And let me see. There's like a poster art for it. Let me see. Osgood Perkins. And it's The Monkey, not just Monkey. Oh, and it stars Theo James, Tatiana Maslany, Elijah Wood, your boy. Christian Convery, Colin O'Brien, a few other folks, and it's based on the 1980 short story by Stephen King, and it's scheduled to be released February 21st, 2025.
I am totally all over it.
It's put out by Neon as well, and Neon's been they've been moving up the charts for their output of I would say. So we have A24. A24 typically has a little bit more of like an art house kind of bent to things, and while Neon does too, I think Neon goes a little harder in terms of the content that's in the film. Not that A24 skimps out, I'm not saying that they do, but I think Neon goes a little bit harder. pushes boundaries a little bit more.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yep. So,
and like XYZ films, and which I think is also on the side of A24, but also I think they're in the middle actually. Now that I think about it some more, XYZ films, they're in between A24 and Neon.
They've been there for a while. I'm pretty sure. I mean, they're not distribution. I think they're just a production house. But I think, yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong.
So, but directed by Osgood Perkins, and if you're not familiar with Osgood, I mean, you should be, otherwise known as Oz Perkins. But it's that is holy shit! I just drew a blank on his fucking first name. What's his dad's name?
Tony?
Yeah, Anthony Perkins. Thank you. So, yeah, he is the son of Anthony Perkins, who obviously has horror chops like for days. So, it's I think it's pretty fucking awesome that Osgood is making a lot of horror films and seemingly excelling at it. I mean, he did The Blackcoat's Daughter, which I think was a little mixed when we did that on the show. And he did Gretel and Hansel, which I actually really dug a lot. Did you see that, MZ?
Yeah, that was good.
It was fucking creepy, man.
That was good.
And yeah, this is his first film since. So Longlegs will be his next film after Gretel and Hansel. It's been 4 years. But as we know, the pandemic, probably put a damper on some things. So
yeah.
Speaking of putting a damper on things. What's up, Raven Bones?
Yeah, boy.
There you are. All right, we got you on.
Everyone can relax. Raven Shadow has arrived.
No, everyone gets stressed out. Raven Shadow's arrived.
I was so stressed out earlier.
When you were watching the movie?
Don't fucking worry about what I was doing, bro.
Well, I'm not.
You had to finish it up, huh?
I'm not worrying. Evil, like the listeners are calling it out. Like Evil Corny said, Raven Shadow must be checking Exhuma out right now, and that was like literally 3 minutes ago.
I feel it's very presumptive, Corny.
But is it true?
But is he right? But is he right?
It doesn't matter. What is it?
What are you, the fucking Rock? You the Rock? It doesn't matter.
No, I haven't.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You're
all right. I love how you're like a politician. I love how you skirt the issue.
Yeah.
First of all, my love of skirts is not going to impact my statement moving forward. What I want to tell you is that I'm not going to grade the tests until I have everything in. So I'm not going to give you the answers till I grade them.
Yeah, but the thing is that you grade them just before the kids come into the class.
As they're fucking during the class, he'll be like, okay, everyone, let's have a smoke break. I have a smoke break. You guys can go for a smoke, and I'm just gonna stay here, finish grading these papers.
I'm gonna base my grade based on your T-shirt. All right, fucking.
I'll base my grade on how quickly you can smoke a fucking cigarette.
Yeah.
They'll be like, well, we don't smoke, Mr. Raven Shadow.
You've never had a cigarette? How old are you, Billy?
Ghetto Tim says, Longlegs is going to put a foot in your ass. It's concrete solid.
That fucking scares the shit out of me. I don't know what you has been talking about, but whatever that is, I don't want that.
Longlegs?
No, to be in my ass. And what was it going to
do? It's going to put a foot in your ass.
I don't think I want that.
You don't want to watch that movie then?
No, I don't think I want a foot in my ass.
Well, maybe you should try it.
Yeah. I don't think I do. Monster Zero, this is your department.
What? Foot?
I don't want a foot in my ass either.
No, he has foot and mouth syndrome, not foot and ass. Oh, shit. So, and we MZ and I talked about this a little bit pre-show, right before we went on air. But Fafafohi in the chat room, our pal Fafafohi, he says, "Rest in peace, Doug Sackman." Yeah, I agree. Doug
That
Sackman.
was a bummer.
Yeah, he. If anyone had been to a convention in and around like New England, chances are you would have seen him as Sergeant Kabuki Man, and that's how I met him. Actually, was when he was Sergeant Kabuki Man at the Fango? It was like it was either the last Fango convention or one of the last. Do you remember what that was called, MZ? The Fango convention?
Weekend of Horrors.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Weekend of Horrors. It was in New York. I want to say it was like 97 or 8, maybe 99. But anyways, I actually got my picture taken with him. I don't know where I have the picture somewhere. I'll have to look for it. But Doug was dressed up as Kabuki Man, and yeah, it was a good weekend. And yeah, it's a shame. I mean, he was an effects whiz as well, not only with his acting, but effects, and he did pretty much everything.
I have to say, like, the reason why Troma still has a place in my heart was I remember renting Toxic Avenger on DVD from my first fucking local VHS shop and thinking like, oh, it's kind of like Valiant, right? Or Dark Horse. It is way before those things were the thing. But
Yeah.
like, oh, it's just another company superhero. And the first trailer was Sergeant Kabuki Man. And I'm like, I am fucking with this. Like, I am with everything. And
So
I'm not saying Troma has matched that over the years for me.
that movie's
my
actually
love for
not
them-
that. The first movie's not that good.
No,
No.
but just that age, that time, that nudity, it just
All that nudity.
And just for the record, you may not know this, MZ, but Doug wasn't Sergeant Kabuki Man in the first movie. But
No, I know that.
No, I'm not telling you. I'm telling MZ. Not MZ. I'm telling Raven Shadow.
Yeah.
yeah, but I was saying I like my Sergeant Kabuki Man knowledge comes from that trailer.
Yes. Yeah. From the trailer, not the movie.
From
Yeah,
the
I've
trailer.
actually never seen Sergeant Kabuki Man. What
What
do
the
you think of
fuck?
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Really?
that? Shoot.
He's talking about a dude who didn't even play the character, and he's like, "Oh man, that's so sad. All my knowledge
Well,
of
it's a
Sergeant
shoot.
Kabuki Man is from the fucking trailer."
All my knowledge of Sergeant Kabuki Man is from the trailer of the original movie, of which Doug had absolutely nothing to do with.
That's true. Well, fucking fine.
Jesus Christ!
Doesn't mean I don't fucking care, Wolfie.
You know, if he was buried already, he'd be spinning in his grave.
Jesus
Alright,
Christ. Well, maybe he should be
Excellent.
fucking burned like in this movie. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Right?
So Fafafo, he says the man who got Troma banned from the Coolidge Corner Theater for 25 years. Yes, I actually, I
Did
think
he
I
really?
think I heard that story. Yeah, he said.
Shit, what the hell could he have done?
He said, well, maybe Tony can tell us, but he says Lloyd told a great story on the Spooktacular podcast about how Doug was raging drunk at the Sergeant Kabuki Man screening at the Coolidge because he was projectile vomiting all over the crowd. That's I think I remember that actually. Was I there?
Oh, what a hero!
I wonder
What a
if I was at
hero.
that.
That's
What
funny.
a brother.
Well, what's funny is that when he played Sergeant Kabuki Man, he was a drunk.
Yeah.
If you watch him in the other films in which he's just a character, he's got small parts in other films. He's an alcoholic.
Raven Shadow is like, I gotta watch this movie.
What's it on?
I
What's it
mean-
streaming? Is it on Disney Plus?
Let me see. He's in Toxic Avenger 4. He's in
Yeah.
I want to say that he's in Terra Firma, but I'm not. No, he's he is in Terra Firma. He's got a very small scene in Terra Firma. He's got a decent sized part in Toxic Avenger 4 though. Check that out. He's fun, and he's an alcoholic. He's a total alcoholic. But I think the original Toxic Kabuki Man.
Toxic
Oh,
Kabuki
shit.
Man.
Sergeant Kabuki Man was an alcoholic to begin with. He was a cop.
Yeah.
Who, with his flame firing parasols and his 16-bite sushi and
Yep.
this other shit.
Are these all? So there's a bunch of Kabuki Man stuff out there. Are they just shorts? Yeah, they're shorts. Okay, but they all have awesome names. There's like Kabuki Man versus Dracula, Kabuki Man behind the chopsticks,
Treat.
Kabuki Man's non-denominational holiday extravaganza.
Trick.
There was a 10-episode series of Kabuki Man's Cocktail Corner.
Treat.
Kabuki Man's Cocktail Corner live at the Trocadero Theater.
Trick.
Trick? Why is that one a
I
trick?
didn't like that.
Oh, okay.
Didn't like it.
All right.
He only saw the trailer to that, actually.
There's Sergeant Kaspooky Man's Cray Cray VR Halloween Extravaganza. I can't even say that.
Could have
Sergeant
been better.
Sergeant Kaspooky Man, Cray Cray VR Halloween Extravaganza.
I feel that's trying too hard. Like you could totally do like Sergeant Kubaki Man or like what's the Bukaki?
Sergeant Bukaki Man.
Sergeant
Yeah.
Bukaki.
Like that, a much more natural progression of the knockoff or the jackoff than what you said before, Wolfie. Thank you, Master Zero. Sergeant. I just want to pop MZ.
Sergeant Bukaki Man.
If I could pop MZ, I'm good.
You got him.
I know, yeah, boy.
He was in Punk Rock Holocaust, Doug Sackman.
Yes.
Tales from the Crapper. Comic Book the Movie.
Oh,
this is Raven Shadow's favorite movie. The most favorite movie he's never seen. Smoke pot till you fucking die.
that's not gonna cause it.
That can't be real.
That's not gonna do it.
Tiffany Shepis
Don't bet on that.
Tiffany Shepis is in it. And Julie Strain.
Shit!
Smoke pot till you fucking die. I gotta look. We're gonna watch this. Where is this?
I'm gonna watch that. I am off next week. Get all,
Is this streaming anywhere?
Is it Julie streaming anywhere?
Oh my god! Look at this fucking guy.
I just want.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, boy.
God. He's gonna have a fucking heart attack. He's gonna kill himself again.
It's gonna be the worst notes that you ever type, Wolfie. This will be terrible.
Oh, it can't be worse than Shazam. Do you know who Julie Strain is, Raven Shadow? Okay.
Really?
I figured. I just saw what she's most known for.
Stop. You just saw. I'm typing. Fuck you, dude. I love you so much, Wolfie. But are you telling me you just?
I just know her from
Julie
Trauma.
Strain?
Huh?
Yeah, but like she was Fak 2 in the heavy metal thing.
Fak 2? They're like
Hak
Hak Tui? Yeah. What the fuck?
Bit on that thing.
Hak 2 it.
Let's not go down that road. Jesus Christ, I'm sick of that.
Jabroni.
Let's see.
God damn it.
Oh yeah.
And you're like an Iron Sheik did it first, sure.
Yeah.
Oh, she was in her first film was Repossessed. Did you know that, MZ?
Julie Strain?
Yeah. She's uncredited. It says aerobic / locker room nude girl.
Yeah, she certainly fits that description. She could certainly fill out that role pretty nicely.
But that was totally like the Mary Jane Watson, like marrying Peter Parker. Like she married, I think, Kevin Eastman from the Turtles.
Oh yeah.
Creators. Like, and to be fair, I got my own problems. Not the most handsomest brother on the planet.
And maybe you guys already know about this, but in 1997, Heavy Metal published Strain's autobiography, 6'1" and Worth the Climb. That's fucking
Isn't that what I
amazing.
said? Yeah.
That's what you said? 6'1" and Worth the Climb?
No, but
Yeah, I said her autobiography is called 6'1" and Worth the Climb. And I thought that was funny.
Mine is?
And now you're trying to take credit for
6'3"
that.
and worth the fee. What do you think of that, baby?
6'3". 6'3" and
worth
not
the fee. We got to pay.
and not worth the fee.
Get a gift card.
Why don't you just get an OnlyFans account?
Yeah. Only Shadow.
Let's see. There's a lot of chat going on. Ghetto Tim says, first time I saw Sergeant Kabuki Man, I was stoned and thought he was actually John Oates. That's amazing.
Yeah, I know that thing that goes across his upper lip.
Yeah.
It does look like a mustache all the time.
He says, Doug Sackman was full method. Well, yeah. After fucking puking on the crowd, projectile vomiting. He says, subscribe to Trauma now. Best money you'll ever spend.
Oh, the streaming service?
I think that's what he means. Trauma. Yeah. Subscribe to Trauma now. Is that the name of it? Or is he saying to subscribe to it now?
Like not today, but tomorrow it would still be Trauma now.
Trauma tomorrow. That's their streaming service.
Yeah. Trauma 6:30.
He says his work on Shakespeare's Shitstorm with the Save the Whales people getting shit on by Free Willy was amazing.
I still haven't seen that movie.
I haven't either. Yeah.
And I want to. I really want to. As a matter of fact, just not too long ago, maybe about a year and a half ago, I got around to finally seeing, what was it? Class of Nukem High.
Oh, the 4 or whatever?
Yeah, the one that came out several years ago. Nah, not good.
Nah.
Not good. And as far as the other film that he did, Tales from the Trapper, that could very well be the worst Lloyd Kaufman movie ever made.
I've heard not good things about that.
It is bad. It is really bad.
Let me see. I'm still looking up Smoke Pot Till You Fucking Die. From 2002. I don't know. I can't really find much about it. I don't know if it's a short or if it's a feature. If anyone knows in the chat, let us know. Let's see. Oh, Fafaf always says Sergeant Bukaki Man works with Shazam.
Like as like a team up, or like how do they work together?
I don't know. That's for
Could
you to
that be
figure
like
out.
his Hawk for like Spencer for Hire?
Well, I thought you were gonna do
Or
Hawk
even
Tui
like-
again.
What?
Thought you were gonna do the Hawk Tui again.
I'm not gonna do it. There was a dude I know that's like the most milquetoast dude in the fucking planet. I saw on the Facebook today. He said, "What is this about?" And someone responded back saying, "It's about spit." And I wanted to respond like, "No, it's not about spitting."
Well, I mean, technically,
It is.
But about getting this party spot. It's not like hawking a loogie. It's about
well, right,
Get
but
the
it's
potty
still
started.
about spitting.
It's still spitting.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
But
mean,
it was
she
just-
says, spit on that thing.
Well, I was there. Yeah. I mean, not there,
Fair.
but like,
Wait, I just looked.
What?
So In Smokepot Till You Fucking Die, Julie Strain plays the character Miss Ogeny. Jesus Christ.
Ogeny. Beautiful. Brilliant.
She was also in
and she does have a small part. She does have a small part with her husband in Toxic Avenger 4.
Oh yeah, I think I remember that.
Kevin Eastman kind of looks like Oates.
I thought you were gonna say he looks like Melvin from fucking Toxic Avenger.
Melvin the Mop Boy.
Actually, Fafafui looked like John Oates.
Which one's Eastman was like the younger kind of punk rock guy, right?
I don't know. One of them had a mullet and a mustache. I mean, they weren't the most handsome men.
Yeah, no, that's right. Kevin was sort of like the punk rocker, and then Gerald Laird was the sort of like, he looked like the old man when he was even young, with the mustache and kind of balding
they were
head.
Literally probably way younger than we are right now, but I feel that we all look better than the Turtles creators.
Yeah, I mean, 50 is the new fucking 30, you know, like in this day.
Yeah, but we never had fucking just mustaches and fucking, you know what I mean?
Mustaches.
Rest in peace, Julie Strain. Thank you.
A little late for that, aren't you?
Yeah,
she died
jeez.
a couple of years ago.
I think we talked about it then. It was a surprise, but no, she was very influential on the Young Raven Shadow.
Evil Corny says he still gets carded.
Kevin Eastman or Corny?
Bless your heart, Corny.
He knows what that means.
I know. I know what it means because of him. Let's see what else. All right, so I think we're all Oh, and Fafafo, he says, "Can I watch it with you guys? Smoke pot till you fucking die." if I can find out, like, if it's a fucking movie or a short, I can't find out, or I just haven't found it. So
there's nothing on IMDb.
No, there is. It just says video 2002. It doesn't tell you a runtime. It tells you the cast, and there's really not much else. So, yeah. The storyline is, here's the storyline, though. As the apocalypse nears, a group of people figures they might as well take drugs and have rowdy sex. They might as well. I mean,
I call that Friday.
I don't think Friday calls you, though.
Friday pickup.
Ghetto Tim asks, we talked about this very briefly. We actually didn't talk about like our thoughts necessarily, but MZ mentioned it at the top of the show. But Ghetto Tim asks, what did you guys make of Edgar's Nosferatu trailer? MZ, is there anything else you want to say about it?
Yeah. Well, I love how it opens up. How the trail opens up. It looks like it's taken straight out of Nosferatu the Vampire from Werner Herzog in 1979.
Herzog.
The shading and the color that's used.
I like the shading.
No, seriously, look at the shading and the color used in the opening of that trailer, and watch the opening to Nosferatu the Vampire.
I'd like to see the baby.
Absolutely stellar. I love that. It just feels very surreal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the fact that we still haven't, we don't get a full look at Nosferatu, which of course is the smartest thing to do.
Oh, absolutely. I know we talk a lot about trailers and how they give too much away. I trust when a Robert Eggers movie comes out that it is not going to show too much. Like he's not going to do that. You know, he's an auteur and he wants people to experience his films, and I feel like he wouldn't do that. And so I feel like I can trust watching a trailer of his.
Yeah. It doesn't show too much. They said that upon release of this, they said that it was a teaser, and I'm like, this is no teaser. This is a trailer. Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
a teaser gives away almost nothing. This is, I mean, it's you still don't. I mean, unless you know the story, you don't know what's going on. But
This ain't no pod. This ain't no teaser.
Yeah, I can't wait. I mean, I love all of his films, and I think, yeah, actually, Northman was the only one I didn't see in the theater, and I think that's because it came out during the pandemic, if I'm not mistaken. Did that come out in the pandemic? I think so. I'll look it up. But otherwise, you know, MZ, we've talked about this. You and I went to go see a press screening of The Witch.
That's right.
Which was one of the very few press screenings we actually got to go to back in the day.
Yeah.
But that was, it was awesome to see it, like, you know, in advance, get a chance to watch it early. And right away I was hooked on him. And, you know, from there we got The Lighthouse and then The Northman. And yeah, The Northman we did on episode 512. So that is recent, you know, within the last 2 years. So, and yeah, this is his fourth film. And this is the one that he's been has been rumored since The Witch came out. You know, it's rumored that he was going to tackle Nosferatu. So finally get to see it. And I loved in the, well, I knew he was in it, but I love in the trailer, we get Willem Dafoe, of course. And he played Nosferatu or Max Schreck in Shadow of the Vampire.
We all saw that in theaters together.
Yeah, we did. Well, I think we all, did you see it with us, MZ?
No.
Okay.
No, I didn't.
No, go fuck yourself. We all had a steak dinner afterwards.
No, we didn't do a fucking steak dinner. I've never had it. Like, even when I ate meat, I never had a fucking steak dinner with you. What is this fucking steak dinner bullshit?
I'm saying that
we'd go to fucking Taco Bell or like Burger King.
Yeah.
Or
still use a knife and fork.
If we're lucky, we go to fucking Tortilla Sam's, which I fucking miss.
Yeah. So
that place was the best. I mean, it hasn't been around in years, but that place was fucking awesome.
We should make some fucking tacos. We could do the vegan gimmick too, Wolfie. That'd be fun.
It's not a gimmick.
It's kind of a gimmick.
No, it's not.
There's nothing wrong with that.
It's not a gimmick. What is a gimmick? What do you think a gimmick is? Like, what's the definition of a gimmick to Raven Shadow?
I've been using it more like a noun.
Well, I'm asking you what the definition is. I'm not asking you.
It could be, I'm telling you it's a noun, a person, place, a thing. Like, you know, I get those fucking gimmicks that come every month called bills. You know what I mean?
That's a gimmick.
Or I'm on the steering wheel. You know, what's that gimmick? The fucking shifter. You know what I mean? Like, I like that word. It fucking calms me down.
Okay, well, here is the Oxford Dictionary definition, Raven Shadow. A trick or device intended to attract attention, publicity, or business.
Is that not a bill?
Is that not a bill?
Yeah. Say it again.
A trick.
Not corny what you just said.
A trick or device intended to attract attention, publicity, or business.
Is that not a bill? It attracts attention.
Is that not a bill? Like a duck bill?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
No, I'm not I'm not saying it's quacktastic. I'm just saying that if my electric bill is kind of a gimmick because it attracts attention.
But aren't you using their services? Isn't that attracting attention?
No, it's attracting the bill gimmick because that's why they know who I am.
But they offer a service in which you have taken a part of.
Listen, to be fair, I've taken part in a lot of services. But I like the word. I like the word pop. I like the word shoot. I like that language, and it calms me down.
That doesn't work for me, brother.
Yeah, boy.
Speaking of gimmicks and wrestling terminology, have any of you guys watched Who Killed WCW?
Yes.
Do you watch all four, MZ?
I've just watched the first three.
Okay, yeah, I just watched the fourth one. What did you think so far?
It's nobody wants to accept any responsibility for what happened. That much is obvious. Another thing that's obvious is that Vince Russo is the pariah of professional wrestling, regardless of what you thought of the Attitude Era. He is just the biggest, most self-centered, egotistical, greedy asshole in the industry.
Yeah,
bro.
boy. Who am I? Bro.
Bruh.
That's Fo. He said bro in the chat. Bro.
Yeah.
Bro.
I've not watched that yet. I mean, I do listen to the Kevin Nash Click This podcast every Monday, and I have been dabbling with some Cornette stuff.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
I know,
No.
I know. It's fucking weird.
Don't dabble.
Does that guy? I'm not sure. Does he hate AEW?
Well,
I'm not quite sure yet.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Like, there is money to be made in hating AEW.
For sure.
And that's why Eric Bischoff and fucking Corny, not our friend Corny, but Jim Cornette.
Not the real brother Corny, but yeah.
That's why they do it, because there's money to be made. There's clicks. It's just, it's that fucking clickbait shit, I mean, and then people listen, and then they do just bust on it, and that's all they do, because it's not like, brother old fashioned, wrestling. It's more of like the influence by some of the indies, by some of the Japanese style. And they just want gimmicks, brother. They just want to make money, as Kevin Nash says. And, like they have trouble accepting that things are run a little bit differently and owned by a billionaire, which, I mean, that's not new. Billionaire Ted.
Right. For sure. And that's the thing. Like, it's just when like they do a 3-hour show and it's all how it's bad. Okay, fine. Like, my thought is like, would they ever say it's good? And I'm
When
not
it-
saying
when
like,
it
it's
is?
not. Yeah, like I'm not saying it
I don't
hasn't
know.
been struggling, but there's still a lot
They're
of
not.
talent.
See,
on
the
that
thing is,
roster.
they're not really struggling. They're not pulling in the numbers in terms of ratings and audience, but also aside from WWE, like no one is. Even like attendance is down in theaters for shows, aside from like Taylor Swift. Like
Truly, right? That's like the only like liquor stores and
Right.
fucking Taylor Swift are the only recession-proof fucking gimmicks out there.
Yeah, so I think just in general, attendance is down all over after the pandemic. And also ratings it's almost impossible to put stock in ratings anymore, because like, how many people have cable still? Like, that's how you get your ratings. And it's just, yes, you can glean some info from it, but it's so antiquated now that you can't put much stock in it.
Right. I mean, somebody's watching us right now and not watching, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and we thank you and we're sorry for that.
So I don't want to spend too much time on,
All right.
but it's.
Did you hear about the Shane thing?
Did I hear the Shane thing?
Yeah.
Oh, about him possibly. talking to
AEW?
AEW.
Yeah, I heard the rumor. I don't love it, but I also see that there could be some benefit to it. Like getting like that. In a way, it puts you on a different level, because you have a McMahon in your company. Like.
Yeah, I mean, but it helps out AEW, but how does it help out WWE? It
Well,
doesn't.
It doesn't.
It
Because
would.
Shane is
That's
not
the
with
goal.
WWE.
And
But he
as
is
it
a
stands
McMahon.
right now,
Right, he is a McMahon, but the McMahon's like Vince isn't part of WWE anymore. It's just Stephanie through. I think she's. I actually don't even know. She stepped down. I don't know if she went back to her job after Vince left, but obviously Triple H is head of creative.
Well, she did open up WrestleMania, so
WrestleMania.
but it seems like, as far as the McMahon goes, Shane seems to be a little bit Teflon.
Yeah, as long as he's not
Seems to
involved
be-
in any of the stuff with his dad,
Oh, well, that's part of the reason why he's not there now, because
he seems to be a good brother.
seems to be, yeah.
he's steering so far away from his father, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to have anything to do with him.
So yeah, it'll be interesting if that happens. I think it would add an air of legitimacy to the people who don't like AEW. But for the people who do, I think it'll just be like, okay, that's cool as long as he's not, taking the spot of someone else, or if he's not wrestling all that much. Like, if AEW's deal is up soon, like there's an exclusivity window to renegotiate with Warner Brothers and Warner Brothers Discovery, and that soon is up. The exclusive window is up, and I could see if they make a new deal with whether it's WBD or another company, I could see Shane, if he does come in, being brought in as like the TV guy, like he's the network guy. And I could see him being, either a heel or a face if it was against the Elite,
And that could be a thing too,
or he's behind the Elite. Maybe he's behind the Elite.
Right. And trying to overstep Tony Khan, and Tony Khan to transcend from being just a mark-ski to putting him over as being maybe likable.
Well, he is likable. He's just not good in front of a camera, and I think he knows it. So
yeah,
I don't think he's ever going to be an on-screen personality full time. I
mean, having seen that show with our pal Anthony or Fafa Flo, he was definitely fucking skiing before the fucking show went live. And I don't mean. Yeah.
Well, our pal Fafafo, he says TK snorts a bag of Ico Pro and buzzsaws through him.
Yeah.
He says Shane buries the entire AEW roster. TK comes in at the end and beats him.
Have you seen this latest picture of shit, what the hell is his name? Hold on.
The new Superman.
Yeah, David Coruscant.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
He looks just like Tony Khan in one picture.
I saw that too. And listen, all right, we got shit to fucking get to, but overall, I like the new Superman suit. I like that it's fucking bright blue. I like this got trunks, and I like the yellow S on the back.
the red panties and the yellow S. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, yes, and I'm Marvel Comics comic artist Kyle Holtz, my friend on Facebook, did post something.
My friend on Facebook.
How funny is that? He looks just like Tony Khan in that picture.
And I saw that too.
Hey, can you picture Superman on coke? Oh,
there was an issue of World Superman and Batman when there was a kryptonite that basically made him high. He was running around eating cereal, and Wally West Flash was he's totally he started to say it, and then it changed the panel. It was a new kryptonite, but it made him fucking high.
That's funny.
And Kyle Holtz, once again, friend on Facebook.
Jesus Christ.
Name drop.
Nobody cares. Nobody's on Facebook anymore.
Just saying. It was is James Gunn fucking with us? But he does look like fucking Tony Khan.
He does. He's just missing that white powdery substance just under his nose,
They'll add it in post.
Yeah. Little fucking yayo.
Yeah, so apparently Clark Kent has a perm. That's how apartment glasses. That's how you know it's not him. It's not. I mean, it's a photo. It's not a work. It's just. I think the dude. What's his name? David. Whatever.
Corin Sweat.
Corin Sweat.
What?
The dude who plays Clark / Superman. David Corin Sweat.
I will say, Mr. Terrific looks fucking terrific. He looks fantastic.
Mr. Terrific looks Mr. Terrific looks fantastic. That's kind of funny.
Yeah. Cal L disguised as a mild-mannered wrestling promoter.
nobody would know.
As a coked out son of a gun.
Mild-mannered
coked out wrestling promoter.
Oh shit! That's a fucking.
I like the light blue. I don't. You know what I don't like? I don't like the authoritative collar, and I know that was a remnant of the new 5.2 gimmick they were doing, but I like a more like exposed like chest for him.
Mm-hmm. You want to see his exposed chest?
Just a little bit, just enough.
Okay. All right, I got you.
Because I do have the same amount of chest hair as Clark does.
But you want him to be Italian too, so he can have and Superman wearing the gold around his.
No, because first of all, as much as I want Superman to be Italian, Nicolas Cage is not the S. But I do feel that, and there are some ladies with bad eyesight that can agree with you that like I do have similar chest hair as the Man of Steel.
Did you count the amount of chest hairs that you have in comparison to him?
It's if you look at
kind
Jerry
of important to do.
Corny. Look up Jerry Ordway shirtless Superman.
Don't do it.
And then I will send you photos of my chest exposed. It looks very.
God damn! Don't do it, Corny. Don't do it.
I'm telling
Save yourself the grief.
We're both 6'3".
Oh wait, I think I found.
Thank you.
A picture of Tony Khan.
I thought you were looking at Jerry Ordway.
No. I'm doing the real investigative journalism here, Raven Shadow. All right, it's a little pixelated. Let me see if I can. Yeah, I'll just do that. Okay, it's a little pixelated, but I'm pushing this live on the video feed.
Yeah, it's fucking not good. I really.
Well, that's not. I wouldn't even go with that picture of Tony Khan.
Well,
because there are better pictures of Tony Khan than that.
I agree. I didn't choose it. I just got it off the internet. So
yeah, that's actually stupid. That's stupid journalism, Wolfie. That's Tony Khan before AEW.
Yeah, it was like right at the beginning. Yeah.
Like look up like fucking him and like who's fucking Pepsi fucking Jeff.
Pepsi Jeff. Pepsi Phil.
Pepsi Phil.
Pepsi Jeff. Pepsi Jeff.
Now I just want to pop Fa Fa Fooey. That's all I want to do.
Oh man. All right. So we should probably start to wrap this up. Pepsi Jeff.
Nobody's listening.
Let's see here. What else? Was there anything else I was going to talk about? I think that's about it. Speaking of, I mean, just since we're on the wrestling, gimmick, looking forward to Forbidden Door this weekend. Raven Shaw, you gonna let someone in your Forbidden Door?
I ain't that fucked up yet, Wolfie.
It's actually kind of hilarious.
I
think
it's a little dirty, right?
Yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, I think Timeless Tony Storm made some sort of like joke about that. My Forbidden Door is always open or something like that.
Oh, she is a special thing. Although, real
you know
quick,
who her husband is?
I know nobody's listening, but like, did you guys hear that when Hunter goes to Netflix, it's supposed to be unrated? Attitude Era back.
Well, I don't think it's necessarily going attitude error, but they don't have to. Since Netflix is streaming, they don't have to have like a certain rating. So
No, I saw it on the internet.
Oh, it's true then. It's not going back to the attitude error. They just don't have to, like make it for all ages audience if they don't want to. That's it.
Oh.
It's not saying they're gonna do that. It's just that they don't have to.
I saw a different post.
All right. Did Triple H text you?
Yeah, I'm gonna send it to you.
What was I gonna say? I was gonna add something else, but I don't remember. Something about Tony Storm. I don't remember.
I dig everything about Tony Storm.
Everything?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I was gonna ask you. Do you know who she's married to?
I don't fucking care.
Juice Robinson, man.
Good for him.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Juice, the juice is loose. Rock hard, Juice Robinson. That's his nickname. That's what he calls himself now.
Who told you that, Juice Robinson?
Well, if I was with Tony Storm, that would be my nickname too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I get. Fafafo, he says Forbidden Door with Julie Strain.
Yeah. That could be, Cialis Schmalis. That's what I said.
Cialis Schmalis. Let's see. Actually, a couple things I want to talk about real quick, TV related. If anyone wants to hear me talk in greater detail about The Acolyte, the new Star Wars program, you can go ahead and check out Force Insensitive, podcast I do with some alumni from this show and our boy Rocky and Alberto. And we talk about Star Wars there. But anyways, we talk in great detail about The Acolyte. But this last episode...
You can find that at gointobusinessforyourself.com.
Are you jealous?
Yeah.
How's that comic podcast come along?
It's fucking getting there. Problems.
You had one episode?
Listen.
What? I'm listening.
No. You can't listen.
God.
It's awesome.
So, The Acolyte's been good, and the last episode I thought was fucking awesome. It's even if you don't care about the show Raven Shadow, I would just watch that episode, the latest one.
I'm fucking trying, dude.
No,
I'm off.
You're not actually trying.
I'm thinking about trying.
Okay, that's better.
No, I gotta finish Mando season 3. I got fucking anxiety.
Anxiety. Jeez.
I got the boys that are flowing. I gotta finish fucking.
I was just gonna. I want to talk about the boys real quick. I watched a new episode that came out today. It's fucking awesome. I'm not gonna say anything about it, Raven Shaw. Don't worry. I know there's probably a lot of people who haven't seen it, but it's fucking amazing. This season's been incredible so far.
I'm probably gonna do that. I might just order a bunch of pie and just fucking watch that.
Let's do it, dude. You can see fucking Carl Urban and Jeffrey Dean Morgan teaming up in this fucking season.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And there's some
it's so good.
Crazy shit. It's so good, yeah. All right, well, that's it. The boys has been fucking awesome. I wish I had a boys podcast. I could talk about that for 4 hours.
Bagel Beach Boysman.
Yeah, the Bagel Beach Boysman, yeah.
Dude, can we get your brother? I will fucking be current. That will be awesome.
To do the boys podcast called the Bagel Beach Boysman.
Oh, we should totally fucking do that.
Evil Corny says, Wolfie, can you get a P mic for Rocky? No, I think he already has one, Corny. Apparently, Rocky was using the faucet, his sink or something like that, and it kept sounding like he was taking a leak. And we're like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? He's like, I'm just using the faucet. I'm like, that doesn't sound like a faucet.
Why are you using the faucet? Of course he was fucking taking a leak.
He said he was doing something with olives. I don't know.
Dude, I literally talk to Rocky for like 2 or 3 hours at a fucking time. He totally pisses while talking.
Jesus, this is getting dark.
Just shoot, me too.
Me too.
And I'll throw in a cock.
Do you go in the in the shower and do it?
No, I'm a fucking gentleman, Wolfie. I go downstairs where I can smoke.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Evil Corny said that farm, Wolfie. Yes, Corny, that fucking farm. That's all I'll say. In the latest episode of The Boys. All right, enough about The Boys. Enough about The Acolyte, and enough about
Bradshaw and Farouk were in that.
Enough about bullshitting. Let's get to a film discussion. And before we do that, we're going to talk about the ways you can support the show. And the numero uno, the biggest way, is Patreon. Patreon.trickortreatradio.com. You can go ahead and support the show for as little as $2 a month. And speaking of Patreon, we have a Patreon Live event coming up in just over a week. And it'll be on Sunday, July 7th at around 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be meeting on Discord, and we'll be doing our Sunday evening cartoons. And what we're going to do is everyone picks a cartoon. I might say adjacent, because the one I'm thinking of is live action, but it has some cartoon elements.
Oh, is it fucking Kids Incorporated?
I'm not going to say because I haven't decided yet. But
is it fucking Photon?
Nope. Maybe. No. But anyways, I might. So it may not be strictly all animated. Maybe there'll be some live action stuff. But anyways, it's stuff that would be featured on like a Saturday morning type show. So I'm going to pick one. MZ's going to pick one. Ravenshaw's going to pick one, and our audience is going to pick one. And we need to have some recommendations. So if you guys want to make recommendations, go to the Discord in the Patreon channel and go ahead and throw out some recommendations, and we will put up a vote and get that selected. And make sure you have cereal on hand. Make sure you have your milk of choice. Maybe a nice nut milk, Raven Shadow. What do you think?
Baby, I'm going to give you a nut milk.
What? Why'd you call me? Don't call me baby. What the fuck? That's weird.
Why? Don't make it fucking weird.
Me don't make it weird. Baby.
Just go with it.
What's a nut milk, Raven Shadow? What's your favorite nut milk?
Almond.
Okay. You like almond milk?
No, but there's
coconut. There's cashew.
Oh, I love cashews. I had cashews over the weekend.
You like the cashew milk?
I like it. No, not milk, but I like cashews as a concept.
The concept, the gimmick.
I like the cashew gimmick. Monster Zero is so upset right now.
He is.
I am?
Yeah, he is. Look at him. He's pissed.
You little pussy in the face.
All right, well, let's continue. So, yeah, check out Patreon, patreon.trickortreatradio.com. You can support for as little as $2 a month, or it can go up from there. And you can even get your own Patreon takeover. So go ahead, give that a look, and consider supporting. And especially if you want to join us for the Sunday evening cartoons event on Sunday, July 7th, you need to be a Patreon supporter. So if you're interested in that, just sign up now, $2, and that'll get you entry into that event. And let's see. And then we also do an exclusive Patreon podcast monthly. So every month we put out usually a very sort of highly focused, at least for us, topic discussion. And we do about an hour on that. Not much bullshit, not much shooting the shit. Just talking about a topic. So give those a look. We got how many other 50? Let's see, 56. Is that right? No, 57. We just did 57. So yeah, so we have 57 of those episodes out there as well, in addition to the fucking 622 episodes on this. So
Wait, so how many years is that? How many?
years have we doing Patreon?
Yeah.
Let's see. That's a good question. And coming up on 5 years. Because 60 will be 5. And we do one a month. So, yeah, there you go. Give that a look. Patreon.trickortreatradio.com. Also on trickortreatradio.com, you can scroll down, look for the Amazon logo on the main page. And right there, you're going to see an Amazon logo. You're going to click on it. Once you click on it, it brings you to Amazon. It inputs our affiliate link. Everything you purchase in that session gets attributed to us. It doesn't cost that many extra, Michael Raven Shadow.
But is another way that we could use your help.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
You're my only hope.
So there is that. And also on trickortreatradio.com, click on store. Get the greatest hits Trick or Treat Radio volumes 1 through 3. That's it. I'm not going to say any more because no one's bought them in a while. So I guess
we already have Massel.
The people who want them got them. But if you want to hear the greatest hits Trick or Treat Radio volumes 1 through 3, it's a sampler of the first few years. You can go ahead and give that a listen. All right. How
much is that, Wolfie, again? Sorry.
$3 a pop. $3 a pop. So $9 you get all 3.
Oh, $9?
$9 for all 3. It's $3 a pop.
That's less than 10.
Should we bundle it up? You want to do a bundle for like a bindle? A bindle for a bundle?
What if we do a bukkake bundle and do it for 8 bones? Use the promo code Rocky Overhang.
A bundle for a bindle. I don't know. I don't think we have the ability to do promo codes. I'll look into it. Maybe we'll do that.
Just tell us. We'll fucking give it to you. Like, just tell the guy.
No, we're not. You know what I mean? Like, I took my time to edit that shit. I took a fucking long ass time to edit that. Give it away for free.
Jokes.
All right. So, anyways, Raven Shadow, you sit down to watch Exhuma 3 hours ago. What do you do to prepare for this South Korean mindfuck horror movie, huh? What do you do to prepare?
Well, I'll tell you right now, I didn't go on a fucking biplane ride last fucking Saturday like I talked about last week because the fucking weather. Apparently, it's been like fucking south of Tatooine in New England for literally the last fucking 2 fucking weeks. The only days it fucking rained was Friday and this past Sunday. So Ollie and I go down to my parents' fucking trailer at the club. It's a whole fucking thing. And Marion wasn't there. So it was just me and my parents for like literally 2 days. And that was fucking weird. We watched a lot of network TV, a lot of CSI, a lot of commercials. Didn't like it. But it was nice. And I bought a pimp coat that I sent the boys in the chat.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. That's a pretty dope coat though, right?
That's pretty good. As long as it's fake. It's fake, you said?
Fake. I asked him. I asked 2 questions. I'm like, hey, is this gender specific? And is it real?
Why? Who cares if it's gender specific?
Well, no, because I didn't want to wear like a fucking, you know what I mean? I'm a fucking dude. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
but
like,
no, who cares?
Like,
seriously, who fucking cares?
And truly, like, it was so dope that I didn't care.
Okay, there you go. That's all that matters.
But I would have bought it. But it
doesn't matter if it was
like,
made
metal...
for fucking I don't know, sheep, a goat.
No, I think it was made for Raven Shadow.
Raven
like,
sheep.
You know what I mean? Like, it was fucking $300. I fucking paid $100, bro.
You paid $100
so you better
for
believe.
that? Jesus. I thought it was like $20 at like fucking Goodwill.
No, it was expensive. It was heavy, and it was so hot that day.
The fuck?
Literally trying on.
Why would you pay
fucking fur?
Why would you pay $100 for that? Think of all the fucking cigarettes you could have bought.
What?
How many fucking
$100, dude?
Yeah, that's like 2 packs of cigarettes.
Yeah, New England. No, that's a fucking dinner and fucking Uber ride. But it was retail. Really, 100 is fucking crazy to you? That's silly.
How How often are you going to wear that?
Doesn't fucking matter. It's in my closet.
Yeah, it's going to fucking sit there and collect dust. And your cat's probably going to hump it.
Ollie did lick it. Actually, no. My mom's cat, Shadow, did lick it. It's funny you say that. But no, I'm going to put my fucking ACs on and just wear it around the house.
Put it in the
On
humidor.
vacation.
Put it in the humidor.
Yeah.
All right.
Fucking. All right. I strap on.
Greetings! We are the Retro Reductopus Cephala Podcast, a bi-weekly show that celebrates all the things that made growing up awesome.
He's right. We wax philosophic about lots of geeky crap like old video games and movies, toys, cartoons. I don't know, help me out here.
Music, pants,
Quoting video games that don't have dialogues,
shabibans,
tasty news,
Unnecessarily long Japanese onomatopoeia.
butt breathers, uncomfortable nature facts,
or how to install a thermoflange.
And unlike all those other podcasts, we at Retro Octopus have an exciting rotating host schedule.
Do we? We sure do.
So, if you didn't like the guy flapping his gums this week,
Like me.
worry not, gentle listener. Next week we'll have a whole new host.
Of problems.
Hey, they might still suck, but they'll suck differently.
And you know what's really cool? Retro Reductopus is part of the Inebriard Podcast Network, with new episodes out every Tentacle Tuesday.
Which is like every other Tuesday. We named it.
Anyways, you can listen to us at iTunes, Google Play, Spotify,
I'm
Stitcher, or
Alex West, and I'm
Shrinkfree
Andrea
Craft.
Subasati, and we're from the Faculty of Horror podcast.
And you're listening to Trick or Treat Radio.
You go through your week with the same old routine.
What you really want is some blood and thunder in your life.
Well, friend, you found it.
The Cromcast is an adventurous journey through the history of two-fisted pulp stories
With your host, John,
Josh,
and Luke.
we have action,
horror,
An adventure, all through the lens of pulp luminary Robert E. Howard.
Don't just stay in your ordinary life.
find your pulp life at thecromcast.blogspot.com.
The Cromcast,
The Cromcast.
The Cromcast!
a podcast for the barbarian at heart.
I'm Mike Allred. For the gidgiest listening experience, you got to check out Trick or Treat Radio.
And we have returned on Trick or Treat Radio. And it is time for our weekly film discussion. And this week, we're talking about the film Exhuma. Not to be confused with eczema, MZ's favorite drink. Right, MZ? He's putting up the one finger. Hold on.
No, Zima? No, I'd rather have emphysema. Thank you very much, Matt Groening.
Zima or emphysema. Let's see. Chat. Oh, Angry Townsman's hanging out. He says, evening all. What's up, Angry? Good to see you, buddy. And let's see. Yeah, I don't know. Evil Coin says, I was like this morning because we had a rainstorm. He posted a GIF of, I think that's from Shawshank, Tim Robbins, I guess. So, yeah, let's talk about Exhuma. Let me go ahead and let's get the poster up there. All right, Exhuma. This film is from 2024. And it is 2 hours and 14 minutes. It is streaming exclusively right now on Shudder. You can also, if you want to stream it from a service, you can get it from Shudder. If you want, you can also get the VOD. You can buy or rent it from, pretty much anywhere you get your VOD, whether it's Amazon Prime Video or cable providers. What is, I guess they're still calling it iTunes or TV Plus. I don't even know if they call it iTunes anymore. But yeah, anywhere you get VOD, you can check this out. It is a horror mystery thriller, and it is written and directed by Jang Jae-hyun. And the film stars Kim Go-eun, Choi Min-sik, Lee Do-hyun, Jung Yoon-ha, Yoo Hae-jin, Hong Si-jun, and let's see. Yeah, we'll stop there so I don't butcher any more names. And Fa Fohi in the chat says, "Where's my sweet fish?"
Yeah, boy. Sweet fish and melons, dog.
I don't know, Wolfie. You sound like a natural.
Let's hear you do better. You want to try South Korean?
Yeah, he's fucking good.
No, I'd rather not.
Japanese, I feel good about doing Japanese names for the most part. Korean, I don't quite understand I don't know much about the Korean language. So for me, I don't.
You know what I think it is? You know what I think? I think because in order to pronounce the words, to say the name correctly, you got to add that dialect into it. Otherwise, it just sounds like you're saying.
Well, sure, but I'm a gringo, so.
A gaijin.
Well, it's Japanese. So, Fafafo, he says.
Gringo Mexican?
But it does.
Yes.
But it
yes.
does have Choi Min-sik, and I couldn't be happier about that. I love that man.
Yes. I was gonna bring him up because we saw him in several films that we've done, but most notably, I Saw the Devil. He played Jang Kyung-chul, and also in Old Boy.
Oh, Daesu.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. I'm not used to seeing an old Odesu.
I know. It was a little weird, yeah.
I'm not used to it.
He's got I'm
not accustomed to it.
Got a little bit of a gut going on.
Yeah.
Definitely older.
He can't swing that hammer the way he used to,
Who can, really, at this point?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. That dude's fucking great. So I was really excited to see him in this.
Yeah, so was I.
Have you seen Old Boy Raven Shadow and not the fucking Spike Lee one?
Honestly, I haven't. I want to.
Dude.
It's okay. I know. We're not gonna shame you.
No, I will.
All right, well, MZ will. I won't.
Yeah.
I haven't. I think back in the day when I would just go to Best Buy on a Friday or Saturday and buy 2 or 3 fucking DVDs. I know it came across my hands, but I've truly never seen it. I do know a little bit about the ending, mostly because of when the air quotes remake happened. I do want to rectify it though, because I do truly want to see it.
Yeah, you should watch it sometime.
Awesome.
Yeah,
it's awesome. It's one of my top 5 favorite films.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking great.
And that ending, the ending to that movie is like a jackboot to the nuts, man.
Jackboot to the nuts.
It will totally knock your dick in the dirt, dude.
Yeah. Even if you know,
I feel like I know it, but I may have forgotten the exact impact of it. So I think it would still.
I'm sure you did. Yeah.
It would still work me. I'm gonna grab Ollie.
So Fafafohi in the chat says that Hangul is the Korean alphabet. So in
Fangul?
Fangul. Hangul. So like
you said Fangul.
in Japanese we have the kanji, right?
Yep.
And so yes, the Hangul is the Korean alphabet.
Ah, okay. I thought you said Fangul.
Fangul.
Right. Hey, Fangul.
And I wonder if I don't know if he's still in the chat, because I know he tends to duck out a little early because he has to get up early. But Ghetto Tim used to live in South Korea. He used to be Tim from Korea. And so I'm sure he always has great insight into the culture when we talk about South Korean films. So if he happens to still be here, I would love to see his thoughts. But yeah, so Exhuma, and it's funny when I saw this film, what comes up on, like, I looked it up on IMDb, and it says films like this, and the first one that shows up is The Wailing. And I was like, oh, fuck. If this movie is anything like The Wailing, I am in for a fucking treat. Because you guys remember, I fucking love that movie. I think we all generally did, but I fucking love that movie.
But you want to marry it.
I did. I wanted to marry it, yeah. Also, another movie that it said it's similar to is The Medium, which we also did on the show. I believe that also was a South Korean. Was it South Korean or is it Indonesian? Let me see. It doesn't actually say. It was I think it was Indonesian. It says a story about shamanism in Thailand. And we did that one, I want to say 2021. It was directed by one of my favorite all-time directors' names, Bangjong Pisanthankun. And he was the director of that movie Shutter, MZ, which I know you're a big fan of.
Yep.
So that's why we did it, because I remember was like, oh yeah, I would love to do another movie from this dude. And so he did The Medium in 2021. Was he the director too, or just the writer? No, he directed it as well, and he also did. I don't know if you guys remember, he did an ABCs of Death and Is for Nuptials. I actually don't remember what that one was. But anyways, yeah, he's a good director from Thailand. So let's get back to this movie that we're talking about today, which is Exhuma, and the synopsis for this one. Actually, let me see. I don't like the IMDb synopsis, so I got another one here. And it says, after tracing the origin of a disturbing supernatural affliction to a wealthy family's ancestral gravesite, a team of paranormal experts relocates the remains and soon discovers what happens to those who dare to mess with the wrong grave. That's much better than the process of excavating an ominous grave unleashes dreadful consequences buried underneath. That one's fine. It's just I think it's way too generic. Yeah. So, all right, well, let's dive in and let's do some first impressions. Now, actually, if you don't mind, MZ, I want to start with you because you had seen this a couple weeks ago I think right away when it dropped. And then you also watched it again for the show. So I guess what you can do is give a first impression of when you actually first saw it, and then also on subsequent watch, was there anything that stood out to you, anything you didn't notice the first time, or whatever, things like that?
No. I think I got everything that I tried to get out of the first viewing. From the second viewing, I don't recall getting anything new out of it, which is not to say there isn't, once you see it, it's one and done and that's it. But I felt I was pretty attentive with watching it the first time around, and I got a pretty good gist of what was going on, because it does, sometimes if you're not paying attention, it does feel a little convoluted. It can seem that way because there's a lot going on here. There's layers here, and there's times where it can feel like two separate movies. But I think if you just sit back and relax, you should be able to take it all in one shot. Yeah, and of course, having damn it, what the fuck's his name? My boy,
Choi Min-sik.
Choi, Choi Min-sik. That's his name, yeah. Having him on the screen in a starring role, mind you, it helps. Because he's so good. He's such a good actor. I love watching him work. And I really what I should do is hunt down some more of his other stuff. I can't imagine, that this is it. I seriously doubt it. But he's such a good, solid actor, and he just explodes when he's on screen because he's just a very he's just a very complete actor. You can feel sympathy for the guy. You can feel hatred, or wonderment, or joy, or just like any other actor. But there's something about this guy and the way he presents himself on screen that just feels very, very genuine to me. So I enjoy watching him perform no matter what. But yeah, I'm going to stick with what I said about it being the first time around, that it does feel like two different movies, but if you stick with it, you'll see that it's a really a complete film.
All right. Michael Ravenshadow, your first impression of Exhuma.
So, I mean, it's not really a very funny answer, but I didn't know what to expect with this, quite frankly. I mean, going into it, it definitely seemed like a departure from the last couple of films we've discussed. From the over-the-top brotherdom of RRR to some of the other things we've discussed. So I didn't know truly what to expect. Aside that I love my Asian brothers and sisters, and I like that it's always going to be something new, but I was intrigued where it went. One of the actors definitely had Dr. Bling vibes, and it made me look forward to my next eye appointment. But aside from that, I'm just along for the ride.
That's your first impression, okay?
I just told you.
Someone looked like Dr. Bling, and you were along for the ride.
All right. No. See, you're not listening to what I said before that. I love my Asian brothers and sisters.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Not you dick.
Yes.
Wait, who's the dick?
Wolfie.
What?
See?
The dick who helped you fucking troubleshoot before the show, you asshole. All right, well, let me give my first impression then.
Allow me to retort.
So I will actually have, hopefully have some substance to my first impression and not just talk gibberish. So this movie is dense. It's dense. It is creepy, and it has some really interesting stuff going on that I don't think I've seen in a film before, which, is fucking outstanding. The concept of feng shui with graves, I thought was that's not anything I've never heard that before. Have you guys ever heard about that? Like feng shui as it relates to like a gravesite?
Never.
I just thought that was cool.
No,
like
real.
our boy, who's played by Choi Min-sik, Kim, he was a geomancer. Basically that's sort of his title. We also have what's that?
An earth mover.
Was that is that the gimmick?
Yeah, you have an earth mover gimmick. It's like being fucking pyrokinetic. You can wield fire. A geomancer is like Geoforce from Batman the Outsiders. Fucking.
So there was just something really cool about the different characters in this. And I liked, I don't even know, I'm going to butcher names, but Hwarim, I think, was that her name? It was like the main, it was the main girl who did the ritual. Like, I think that was her name. But anyways, she's played by Kim Go-eun. Kim Go-eun. So she played this character almost like a paranormal sort of investigator. Her and her brother, I assume, right?
Yeah.
I think is
yeah.
So her and her brother, and they played like paranormal investigators, and they're looking into this situation with the family. So I'm not going to give the plot thing. I'm just giving some sort of grounding here for what's going on. And then there's some weirdness going on. So then they bring in Choi Min-sik's character, and he's the geomancer. And then we also have I forget I think Jian is the character. He was the mortician kind of guy. And like, I know Raven Shadow, you like your crews. Like, I thought this was kind of a cool little crew, even though they weren't like super tight knit.
Oh, for sure. I totally respond. I thought you meant like Tom Foos, but no. No, I was totally with that, bro. Yeah, for sure.
And I think they had a cool dynamic, and the brother and sister, like, sort of, like, they didn't really want to hire the geomancer and the mortician, but it was kind of like they were the only ones that do this kind of thing, so they kind of had to. So I like the dynamic. There's a little bit of tension there as well, but I don't know, like, there's something very cool about this, where, kind of like MZ said it, without giving too much away, it feels like one film. And when you say it turns into like another, it's not like, it doesn't have like a complete tonal shift. But what happens is the mystery gets deeper when you don't think that it will. Like, you're going down this one path, and then something changes, and now that path has like gotten wider, like, or it opens up into like a different path that you didn't think you'd be going down.
But it was a natural progression of that path.
Of course. It wasn't jarring. It wasn't weird. Yeah, it was absolutely natural. But you just didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
Right.
And so the first half, I was like, okay, this is some cool shit. There's some spoopy shit going on. There's some good spoopy, yeah, some good gore, some good horror.
Wasn't that great 80s movie, The Spoopies?
Spoopies, yeah. So I thought that there was some really great stuff going on in that first half. And I kind of was wondering where it was going to go. Like, okay, like we have seemingly solved the issue, maybe. But then there was some weirdness about one of the dudes who was digging the grave, how he made an admission to something, and then that made Kim go check the gravesite again to have it unravel a little bit deeper, I guess we'll say. And when that happened, I was like, oh, fuck. Like, that opened it up.
Yeah.
Like, in a really cool way. So so it was sort of similar, in some way to what had happened in the first half of the film, but in a much different way that you couldn't predict based on what had happened previously, what was going to happen. So it's almost like it sets this tone of this is what the movie is. And then halfway through, it's like, actually, the movie is more than this. And then they bring in this other element, and it's like, oh my God, fuck.
Right. Yeah. Because the first half of the film, it's going at its, usual pacing, which is fine. And once you get that little turn in the plot, so to speak, then things start getting really, really dark in a tonal way. It's the complete tone of the film starts to change.
Yeah,
and it's like that for the rest of the film.
Yeah,
and
go ahead.
And even though, it does do this, I still feel like for South Korean filmmaking, let's be clear about this, is that it comes across as maybe just a little bit safe.
You're talking about the first half?
Say what?
You're talking about the first half?
No, the second half.
Oh, really? Okay. I didn't think that was.
I'm talking in tradition, in the tradition of South Korean horror films.
Mm-hmm.
In comparison with this one, I would say that this one feels just a tiny bit safe. Not that it could go darker or any deeper, but just how the story is set.
I actually kind of felt the opposite almost. It didn't feel like, I thought the first half was playing a little bit straight and a little bit safe, and then the second half it got a little bit more. It got bigger and it became a little less safe.
It got dark.
Yeah.
It got big and it got dark, but it didn't get dark to the point of the other kind of South Korean horror films that we've seen over the years.
Sure. I know.
I'm just
speaking.
I'm just speaking comparatively.
Yeah, and I got
you. Dark. It's still dark, and the tone is different. The tone has changed. It's gotten a lot meaner. It's gotten violent. Would I say that it has gotten scarier? I don't know. It's certainly interesting. It does there are scenes that the tension is ratcheted up, and it keeps your eyes glued to the screen.
Mm-hmm.
So the visuals keep things interesting. The camera work is really good too. There's some stylistic points I want to drop on this film as well. There are some sweet camera movements in this movie that I wasn't expecting. I don't know why I was.
Tunnel scene that was dope.
The tunnel scene was cool. There was some other shots that were really interesting. I don't want to call them sweeping shots. They're not sweeping shots, but I don't want to say panning either, because panning's not right either. I don't know how to describe it, but it just had a certain.
Are you talking about when characters sort of like are horizontal and then the camera shifts to them like kind of sitting up? Is that what you mean, or just?
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Because there was some of that. That was cool. Yeah.
Yeah, some shots like that, but there were other shots in the film as well that caught my attention too. Exterior shots, and one interior shot near the end of the film that really got my attention.
Mm-hmm.
So the camera work here is really, really good too. But overall, the tonal shift of this film, it gets dark. I'm going back to the tonal shift now. It does get dark, but just not as dark as I'm accustomed to when I watch South Korean horror. I'm not disappointed in it. Believe me, I'm not. I think this is a good film. I think this is a really good film. I just think that because of the writing, it just allowed itself to play itself safe a little bit. But I'm not complaining. It's not a complaint.
All right. Yeah. So for me. And just to kind of wrap up the first impression, I was kind of surprised at some of the places that it went. in the second half, especially. I don't want to say too much, but Japan and Korea have a history, and I'm not going to say that I'm completely knowledgeable about the history between the two countries. I just know that there's some history there, and this it kind of explores some elements of that in a way. So what I think there was, so Korea used to be under Japanese rule. That's okay. So beginning in 1939 and during World War II, Japan mobilized around 5.4 million Koreans to support its war effort. So Korea was basically forced to, sort of, they were under the part of the Empire of Japan. So that's where a lot of the that strife comes from, and it's explored a little bit in this. I don't want to go too deep into that because I don't want to say too much, but it's they definitely go into that a little bit, and I can't remember if I can't remember the name of the character. Hold on, let me just look it up real quick. There's Rikidozan, the wrestler. He was a Korean-born Japanese wrestler, and so he has an interesting story. And it was in a movie. I can't remember. It might have just been called Rikidozan. I don't remember the name of the movie was, but I'm pretty sure I think I did it on El Goro's show. I think that's what it was, because I remember talking about this with El Goro, and I don't think we did it on our show, so it must have been on his. But so kind of talks a little bit about the, I think if I remember, let's see, when he died, I think it had something to do with the tension between the two countries. I remember the Yakuza killed him because he was Korean. So anyways, I don't, getting off track here a little bit, but there is definitely some, if we use wrestling terms, there's some heat between the two countries, especially back in the day. So that is explored a little bit in this. They're kind of almost like unearthing some of the dirt, so to speak, which I thought was an interesting way to portray that. And but yeah, I think this movie goes pretty hard. Not like MZ said, not like I Saw the Devil hard or Old Boy hard. Like it doesn't go like that, but I think with the sort of emotional content and some of what happens, I think it goes pretty hard. But I thought overall, like, this is a pretty dark, interesting film that delves into some areas of religion and spirituality that I'm not all that familiar with, and I thought was really well executed. I love that scene when they first are digging up the grave, and like they have the brother and sister were performing the ritual, and she's cutting all the fucking, thankfully the pigs were already dead. It helped a little bit, so I didn't have to hear him like squeal and scream and whatever. But
it got a little rough, in the beginning.
Yeah, but she's doing this ritual that involved dead pigs to contain spirits, and I just thought that whole thing looked really cool, and that reminded me a little bit of The Wailing, because they performed that ritual. Yeah. So this is where that kind of reminded me, but that I thought was really cool. That whole thing, like just going through all the different motions and what they did, and I just love the mythology of this fucking geomancer who picks these plots of lands that have good feng shui, so that the people are buried in a place where they can rest easy and they don't like torture their family afterwards. I just thought the idea of that was really really cool. So I think I'll kind of cap my impression there. It was way longer than I intended, but yeah, let's dive into some other aspects of this flick, and I guess without spoilers, because there's some stuff I think that if folks haven't seen this, it's better if you don't know going in. But like all the mythology, like I love the foxes, like, and when I watched this with Tanya, she like kind of leaned over. She's like, that's kind of like an ominous sign in this culture. And I was like, oh shit, okay. Go ahead, Raven Shot. Were you gonna say something?
No, that was cool too. And like I one of the things, several of the things I've enjoyed about doing this show for as long as we have is really embracing, Asian cinema and especially our good Korean brothers and sisters cinema. I like a lot of that stuff. You know what I mean? And I like not knowing where it's going to go. Do like the foxes. I like the crew. I was interested. I would disagree with MZ. I'm a little bit more on the Wolfie camp, where I liked how things ended up. But I was along for the ride.
Mm-hmm. All right. So MZ, obviously you've seen a lot of South Korean films as well, and and you had talked about this film not really going as hard as maybe you would have liked. What from what was there though, did you feel like it fit the film, or did you feel like maybe they did still leave a little bit on the table of what they could have gone a little bit deeper into?
See. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I feel like I said, I feel like it didn't go hard all the way like the other films that we've seen from this country, but or from Japan or China or anywhere like that. No, I really don't. I really can't come up with anything, to be perfectly honest with you, because I think that they got what they wanted to get out of the story.
Mm-hmm.
I still think it's playing it just a little bit safe, just a little bit, but I think if they tried to overkill some scenes, I think that would probably take it away. I know I'm not making much sense when I'm saying this, because I'm starting to doubt what I'm saying myself too, as I'm trying to think about what I'm saying here, about what I want to say here. Oh God, I'm trying to think of you. I really don't know, because I just feel like they got what they wanted out of the script, out of the story.
Mm-hmm.
Now whether or not that they were going to get anything else out of that, I don't know. I mean, possibly, but maybe the director thought, it was too much or whatever. I don't know.
All right.
I'm not even being cryptic. I'm being nonsensical at this point. I'm babbling at this point. I really don't know, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm trying to think of some scenes in which that could fall under, and right now nothing's coming to mind.
All right. So I want to talk a little bit more about, I guess, probably my favorite aspect of this was the sort of the roles that these characters portrayed. Like we had like the paranormal. Would we even call them paranormal investigators? I think that was like technically.
Well, they were like shamans, I think.
Yeah. And yeah, so they were shamans, and then there was two like gravesite experts, like one, one being the geomancer and the other one being I think he was a mortician. I think it was his title. So yeah, I thought that just having these sorts of roles in a movie like this was different. Like, I mean, sure, we've seen like in American films, like we could say, like, I don't know if it's a 1-to-1 comparison, but like the shaman could be considered like a priest, like for exorcisms and whatnot, or something like, or a medium. Maybe a medium is a better way of putting it, like a psychic medium or something like that, as opposed to someone of the cloth. Father May I? No, not. I was talking about a medium, not someone of the cloth. But Fafa Fohi, by the way, says, "I'm tasting dirt wherever I go, except a dog park." That's not dirt.
It's fucking weird.
Are you going to taste dirt, Raven Shadow?
I no, I don't. I never made mud pies. I like being indoors with the AC.
No shit. I feel like you don't get. Do you get the reference about tasting dirt?
No, was it fucking The Sandlot?
I'm
not sure.
He didn't watch this fucking movie. He didn't watch this movie.
I watched the fucking movie. The fucking melons and the fucking sweet fucking gimmick.
So whenever we say you didn't watch the movie, you always just mention one or two things that was said or happened.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
If you didn't see the dirt tasting, like, then
the geomancer.
Oh,
yeah.
I did. Oh yeah,
when he would take it.
Yeah. Your boy from the fucking the old guy and
the old guy.
Yeah.
Raven Shadow's like,
yeah, I saw that.
You know what, Raven Shadow? You have totally vindicated me from what I went through about 5 minutes ago. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. MZ's completely.
I'm completely vindicated.
Yep. He is.
No, he was looking. Yeah, he did the fucking lick and the fucking lick the fucking dirt.
Lickety splits.
He licked the dirt. He licked the dirt.
He did the dirt licking the dirt and blah, 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 and he missed the poop.
I literally was just thinking about Dr. Blake.
I am totally vindicated. I feel so much better now.
You were just thinking. You're thinking about
I just dropped the ball on that, and
Raven Shadow, you watched a South Korean film and you thought of your Asian doctor the whole time.
My eye doctor.
Yeah, your eye doctor is Asian, right?
It doesn't matter, Wolfie, but
no, it actually does matter in this case.
It does matter.
It does matter.
No, I'm telling you. I'm just saying, I want to fucking take my drops.
So I really liked those characters and the portrayals, the idea, like, so where this grave was, I love that whole lead up to the grave site. Like, it's a fucking like locked fence. They go up this mountain, like top of the mountain. You can see fucking Korea from the top of the mountain, and it's like a winding fucking path. And then when they get there, they have to walk to the grave. It is an unmarked grave. Like, it has it does have a stone, but it doesn't identify who it is. And it's not, the interesting thing about it is it looks like it's not dug into the ground. It doesn't look like it's 6 feet deep because there's a mound that sticks up above the ground. So it's like a burial mound. And I was like, okay, that's really interesting. And, you can see the dude, the geomancer's looking around. And I thought they did such a good job of setting up his role and what he looks for in like a good gravesite, that when I saw this gravesite, I was like, oh, this is not this doesn't have good feng shui. Like, according to this dude, I know that this is a fucking shit site. Like, I mean, sure, you could probably gather that without that because of like all the winding road, but I thought they did a good job of actually having him talk about what would be a good gravesite. And then we see this and it's like, yeah, no, this is not good. This is not good at all. And then with like the foxes and then when they do pull the grave, they open up the grave and they pull out the box. It's a juniper tree or juniper wood, which typically, if I'm not, and Tanya had actually, of course, informed me, so she's my fucking Wikipedia. Juniper is used in like rituals and spells and things like that. It's kind of like a sacred tree, I guess, in some cultures. So the fact that it was like the casket, I guess, was made of juniper. I thought that was a nice little touch. And the box, like the whole thing was like very ornately decorated and very nice. And but there was also this mystery of, the family member was basically like, do not open the casket. We just want to have it burned. We want to, we want to have it cremated. Just don't open it. So it's like, okay, why aren't you opening it? So I thought there was a good mystery here, and they did a good job of letting it play out. There's also the concept of, let me find, what was the name of it here? Double internment. I don't want to say too much more, but I thought this was really interesting. I had to read a little bit about it because I had to dig a little bit deeper. And yeah, exactly. So double internment is basically a second burial. And it says it's not to be confused with double burial in which two bodies are interred together. This is when a body has been buried and then dug up and then reburied, I think. It says it's a feature of prehistoric and historic grave sites. The term refers to remains that represent an exhumation and reburial, whether intentional or accidental. There is something, I don't want to read the whole thing here, but I thought this was kind of a cool thing here. From an archaeological and ethnographic perspective, the burials of the dead are divided into two categories: primary burials and secondary burials. Primary refer to the initial burial with temporary or final severance of all physical contact of family and community members with the deceased. Secondary burial may occur after a primary funeral ceremony, during which there is additional manipulation of the human remains. This may include a second funeral ceremony, sometimes considered to alter the spiritual condition of the deceased. So I thought that was interesting because when he talked about double internment, I didn't know what it meant necessarily, so I wanted to look it up.
That could almost be a double live album.
Double internment.
Just saying.
Well, why don't we just go fucking triple internment?
Yeah. Hello, lucky dog.
We are double internment.
Check out the gimmick table.
By the way, I think I said interment, not internment. It's interment.
Yeah. I don't know what you said, but I believed every single fucking word of it.
Well, good. I'm glad. So yeah, I thought, and then I don't want to say too much more, but when the dude went back to the grave alone, that fucking shit, I thought that was fucking awesome. What he finds, that was badass, and it just really sent this down into another level, as we talk about with this other, second kind of part of the movie. And that was, the first half was scary at times. Like, yeah, like that's fucked up. Like, this shit happening, like would scare any families. But then like when that second thing happened, it's like, now it's fucking dangerous and it extends beyond what we initially thought. So yeah, I thought that was super cool. I loved when they put the rice around the the casket and then what happened to the way that it was circumvented, I guess.
Yeah.
I thought that was fucking cool.
That was cool.
Yeah. So I don't want to say too much more about what happens after that, but I thought that a lot of that stuff was really well done and really cool. And there was also some emotional stakes, like some characters that you really liked maybe didn't make it all the way through, and I think having a little bit of a body count, I think definitely helps that emotional connection and the danger that exists, for characters. So yeah, no, this is it's got a cool mythology. It's got some really great visuals, and also it delves into some of the darker territory of the culture, which I think is interesting, and it fits the theme of Exhuma, like digging up the past, digging up history. I think it's just a really cool vehicle to explore that.
Yeah, and you can see why not too many people do this, because of the dangers involved. Otherwise, we wouldn't have this movie. You also got the separate story of the little boy in the States.
Right. Yep. Yep.
How he ties into everything with all this. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of avenues that this movie goes down, and each one is interesting, and really nothing is left, no stone is left unturned here. But when that little twist in the movie happens, man, it's like game is on.
Yep.
Because you're dealing with religion, you're dealing with beliefs and chants that date back to like the beginning of time and all this other stuff. It's just and rituals and just it's really just a very interesting watch.
Yeah.
It's a visual juggernaut. There's a lot of darkness going on. There's really no happiness in this movie. In this movie, there really isn't. I mean, even when after they got a hold of the casket, the juniper casket, the first time around, they said that they, get ready to burn it. They can't burn it because it's raining.
Right. Yeah, that was cool.
The whole deal where they can't burn a casket during a rainstorm, because that means the soul of whoever is in that casket can't make a clear shot to heaven. That like the rain is like keeping it down or whatever. And so it's things like that makes it interesting. And to have something like that, there's got to be a point to it. It's got to move the story forward. So it's like, what could possibly how could you possibly move a story forward with this kind of information? And they do. It's like I said, it's interesting. It needs to be seen to understand what's going on. I might even watch this a third time, because like I do say before, it does come off a little bit convoluted from time to time. It feels that way. Just, maybe, watch it a couple of times. If you didn't get it the first time around, watch it a second time. You will get it. It will make sense in the end.
Yeah, I totally agree. And the funny thing about this, so me and Tanya have been trying to like get this movie in. Like, we didn't have a chance to watch it over the weekend, so during the week, we started it early, knowing that we'd have to take a break. And then she wasn't able to come back to it. So I had to, finish it without her. But it ended at a point where she's like, I liked it. It was good so far, but I'm not, I don't know where it's going to go. Like, I don't know where the next hour is going to go. Meaning, like, she wasn't sure if there was enough there to fill another hour, you know? But that was right before our geomancer went to talk to the dude and with the snake. It was like literally right before that scene where we paused it. And I was like, oh shit. Like I'm gonna tell her she should watch the rest of it, because where it goes from there is really different and interesting. Because I can see it was an interesting place to pause it, because at that point you're like, okay, there's another hour. Like, where's this going to go? Right. Because it almost feels like the film wrapped up. It almost feels that way, you know? And, but yeah, that's what I thought was so cool about this is, like that part wraps up, but, man, it's getting heavy. And I haven't seen, I can't say I've seen too many movies like that feel like they're almost coming to an end and then there's another hour left, you know, like I've seen false endings with like 5 minutes left or something, or, you know,
sure.
But to have a film go in this direction, I thought was really different. And I like that about it. There was a lot about this movie that made it feel unique. Not that they're treading territory that hasn't been tread before, but they did it in a way that felt different. And, you know, we talk about that all the time, that's something, if you can do anything to make a movie feel new, different, unique, then, hey, you're doing something right, because there's so many movies at this point, it's almost impossible to do something brand new. So if you can do something that has like a feeling of like, oh man, like this feels unique, this feels different, then I think that's a really cool thing to do, and it should be celebrated. So, like there's some cool stuff in this for sure. I don't really know where else to go with this, because, you know, I don't want to talk too much about the end, obviously, for obvious reasons. But is there anything else you guys want to bring up about this? Anything in particular about, I don't know, like the music, the direction, writing, performances, any other scenes, anything like that?
I think anything else I need to say, I'll say in the final verdict.
How about you, Raven Shadow?
Not really. No, yeah.
You know, you Raven Shadow, you could have saved the time, just watch the trailer and say, you know, I watched.
I fucking watched the fucking movie, but I'm going to fucking save my shit to the end.
And then at the end, you're not going to say anything, and then you're going to fucking filibuster.
Yeah.
Hey, Bambaleo.
No, now you're going to say something.
What's the acolyte?
Yeah, acolyte. Acolytes Anonymous.
Yeah. It's funny, won't it?
All right, well, I guess we can do the verdict then. Let me just see. Let's see. Oh, our boy Dr. Chris hanging out. What's up, Dr. Chris? This is,
shit.
Hey, dude.
25 minutes ago on Facebook. I forgot to look at Facebook. He says their history is not great. It's as bad as it is with China, and Japan didn't treat Korea right. Yeah, it is definitely a murky history between the two. I don't know all the details, obviously, but I just, you know enough that there wasn't a lot of you know, like good relations for a while, and I don't know how it is now. Obviously, there's nothing, you know, there's no more fucking Japanese empire, and Japan has obviously had their issues in, you know, last 80 years, whether it's been. Well, no, I'm being serious. It's not like, you know, obviously.
No, I'm not like.
Obviously, you know, starting with Hiroshima and then Godzilla Oh wait, no, that wasn't real.
I don't think that's what really happened.
But even like,
I don't think.
even more recently, like they've had a lot of natural disasters. Like there was the fucking
the tsunami.
The tsunami. That's it. Yeah, I was trying to think of the word. The tsunami. The nuclear fucking reactor. This is shit going on there. I mean, yeah, they've had their fair share of
quakes,
of issues.
Ultraman.
So,
it sucks. We should really be fucking Star Trek right now, right? Like, it's fucking stupid.
We should be Star Trek? What?
We should be Star Trek.
What are you saying?
Like, fucking unite. Get a holodeck. You know what I mean?
Nope.
Well,
what are you fucking talking about Star Trek for?
I'm saying Roddenberry had a good fucking idea.
And what was that idea?
Make it all fucking work out. Work together. Is that bad? I'm sorry. Fuck you, Roddenberry. Stupid.
You need a psychiatrist.
I fucking do.
Oh God! All right. Well, let's.
All right. Well, fine. Then fucking
Raven Shadow,
Utopia's stupid.
Go taste some dirt, Raven Shadow.
Yeah, I'd rather have a melon and a fucking fruit bowl in the back.
Melon is sweet fish.
What was the sweet fish? what's sweet fish?
I don't know. You want me to look it up?
Aside from Monstero's prison name.
Ayu sweet fish is let's see, a species of fish. It is the only species in the genus Plecoglossus. It is a relative of the smelts and other fish. It's
I don't know what you just fucking said.
It's native to East Asia. It is distributed in the northwestern Pacific Ocean along the coast of Hokkaido in Japan, southward to the Korean peninsula. Let's see. The name sweetfish was inspired by the sweetness of its flesh. In reference to its typical 1-year lifespan, it is also written as yearfish. Some individuals live 2 to 3 years. The ayu is the prefectural fish of Gunma Prefecture. There you go. You happy you know it now?
I don't know what you just said.
So, the sweetfish is an omnivore. It eats algae, crustaceans, insects, sponges, worms, feeds on algae that accumulate on the rocks, scraping off the rocks with their saw-shaped teeth. Adults typically maintain a feeding territory, but the form restricted to lakes and associated streams is schooling. You got that, Raven Shadow?
Yeah, I want to get one of those in my fucking shed to eat the fucking algae.
You want a sweetfish? Yeah. Oh, great. I just saw a picture of fucking like 40 sweetfish cooked on skewers. That's great.
I don't know what you're clicking on, dude. Like
Wikipedia.
I don't fucking click on
Wikipedia. You don't click on Wikipedia?
Not really.
Not really.
Come on. Do you click on Wikipedia? Look at them.
Do you even know what Wikipedia is?
Brazzers. What?
Do you even know what Wikipedia is?
Yeah, it's a fucking thing where you get the information, but it's probably stupid.
Fucking thing in which you get the information.
But it's probably stupid.
No. I mean, it's fine. No, it's fine. Fine. Don't.
This is a weird gimmick.
It's a weird.
All right, let's do the verdict.
Okay.
Trick or treat, baby.
I wonder if people would say you're a trick or a treat.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
All right, it is verdict time. We're going to let you know whether Exhuma was a trick or a treat and any final thoughts we may have. Let's start with MZ.
I like this. I like this a lot. This was good. It's got some really good tense scenes. I like how it gets into the whole mythology what they're dealing with here. There's a good mythology here too, a very interesting one. I use that word a lot tonight, interesting, because it's true. There's a lot of interesting things going on here. You're going down a deep well. Things do get dark. In comparison to the first half of the film, I think it's got a great story. The performances are real solid all around. Choi Min-sik, my boy, comes through again. I mean, I can't stop watching that guy. But everyone here is good. Everyone here is good. Just good, solid performances all around. As far as violence goes, there are some scenes of violence, but nothing overly, nothing that's too over the top. You believe it. I really dug this film. The use of incantations and prayer and beliefs, and things like that. It's just a really good, solid movie, worthy of a watch. I guarantee you'll love it. I do. This is a good movie, really good movie. This is a treat, big treat for me.
All right, Michael Ravenshadow.
I mean, I would agree with MZ and just add a few other things. Like, I love the trend of the last several weeks where we've seen films that have had characters that actually had depth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, regardless of
Johnny Depth.
Johnny Depth. Yeah, Johnny, which is actually a aquatic character I was looking to develop, Johnny Depth. He would have one of those old,
He'll team
helmet
up. He'll team up with the deep.
No, don't do that. But no, I like having characters you care about. Stop having the fucking shitty archetype. I want this character. I don't want my character, well, sometimes, to die, but it's a much more enjoyable, cathartic horror experience when you don't want characters to die, and you can have the impact. And I like that. I like that. One thing with this type of cinema, you don't know where it's going to go. It's not always going to have the same, American tropes. So, is it the be-all end-all of Korean cinema? No, but I did enjoy it, so I would say a treat.
All right. So for me, this is a big treat. I really dug this. No pun intended, or pun intended, I guess I'll take it. No, I thought this was a really great flick. It explored some territory that I hadn't seen explored very much in a unique way. And yes, you really sort of are drawn to the characters and feel for them and want them to survive and make it. And I thought it was a pretty unique way to tell the story with the shaman and the geomancer. And it definitely goes some places, and gets a little dark at times. But I dug this a lot, and I'm probably, like I said, since Tanya only watched half, I'm probably gonna rewatch at least that part again, soon. So I'm looking forward to seeing that again, at least the second half, and sort of seeing what she thinks of it afterwards. After sort of thinking it's one thing. And our boy Fafafo, he says treat all the way. I remember last week he said that this is one that might make his end of the year list.
Wow.
So there you have it, Exhuma. It is on Shudder. Not to be confused with eczema, Ravenshadow's favorite drink, right? Zima.
That's funny.
I said that earlier, so I regurgitated that joke for you since you weren't here when I used it.
And let me regurgitate mine.
Yeah.
This is also not eczema, okay? You don't get a skin rash from this.
That's not my gimmick, bro.
It is now. So that'll wrap it up. Our discussion of Exhuma. All right, next week.
Oh, what the fuck?
What?
Yes, we got another show next week.
Yeah, you don't want to do the show next week?
No, I do, but I think you're like, I don't know what you're gonna say.
Well, nobody knows what he's gonna say.
Yeah, I don't even know what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, but you're suspect.
Why?
Tell me.
If you were here earlier, you would have heard I talked with MZ about some of the films that we're going to do on the show, and I was having trouble deciding. That's why I made that sound, because I still haven't decided. And there is another film that just got announced is hitting VOD in 1 hour.
Yes.
And that's the one I'm going to go with. So, MZ, we may eventually get to those other two I mentioned, but this is one I've been waiting for. And it literally just got announced that it's hitting VOD at midnight on Thursday when we're recording this. So, we, next week, will be doing a very interesting film that is it has been a bit divisive, but I've heard some pretty good things about it. And MZ, I'm pretty sure you have as well, or you've heard some things. I don't know if they've been good. But MZ, have you heard of a film called In a Violent Nature?
Yes, I have.
And how do you feel about watching it?
Looking forward to it already.
Well, there you go. So we are going to do In a Violent Nature. It hits VOD at midnight. And it was just announced, well, at least on the place that I get my updates. And the director is Chris Nash. And interesting thing about Chris Nash is he was the on-set creature effects supervisor on Psycho Gorman.
Oh shit.
So, and we know how all those creatures and the effects came out. I don't think this is that kind of movie, but still.
I'm gonna friend him on Facebook.
What the fuck? What does that mean? Nobody uses Facebook, Raven Shadow. Old people use Facebook. That's it. Kids don't need Facebook anymore.
Hey, is that a dig on me?
Well, I mean,
see what he's fucking doing, MZ?
Well, I use it, but just usually
what the fuck?
Just to post the podcast, but No, MZ is the. I'm not making fun of you, MZ, because MZ uses fucking TikTok, and that's for teenagers. So he's like, he's I guess it's okay for him to use Facebook because he offsets it with TikTok. What do you offset it with, Raven Shadow?
I'm on cock and balls.
Interesting. Okay. So yeah, we're going to talk about In a Violent Nature, and Chris Nash also previously did. Interesting. I don't remember. I don't know if I remember this one, but he was on ABC's Death 2. He did the segment Z is for Zygote. I think I like that one.
Oh, I kind of remember that title.
Yeah, like.
Man, I remember so few of these, if any at all. How do you guys remember these? I'll never know, especially since we haven't seen them in 7 years?
I mean, probably usually Brain Power.
That one actually, MZ, was 10 years ago. ABC's Death 2.
Oh shit! Wow, really?
Yeah.
I'm bullshitting actually.
Let me read a synopsis because it did actually. I think it is familiar. A pregnant woman is left by herself by her husband, who leaves her Portlock route to prevent the baby from being born. 13 years later, the woman is still pregnant, but the child has grown inside of her and can speak The woman does not want her child to leave, even though it is slowing her down, and is shocked when the route runs out. The child then kills its mother and disembowels her, wearing her skin. The husband returns. However, the woman tells him, while showing a large scar on her abdomen, that she couldn't wait any longer and had to cut the fetus out. I vaguely remember that.
Yeah.
Oh, it
sounds like something I would remember.
Z is for zygote. So yeah. So we're gonna do
Z is for Zagnut.
So yeah, we're gonna be doing In a Violent Nature. And the synopsis of this film, let me just see. Oh, fuck. I just want to make sure it doesn't seem like it's too revealing. When a locket is removed from a collapsed fire tower in the woods that entombs the rotting corpse of Johnny, a vengeful spirit spurred on by a horrific 60-year-old crime, his body is resurrected and becomes hell-bent on retrieving it.
Can we watch a comedy the next week?
Maybe.
This feels a lot heavy.
What comedy you want to watch?
I don't know. You ever see Fletch?
There was actually, I don't think it's a comedy, but there is another movie out that's on VOD now that I was thinking about doing. But I'm trying to stick to horror. We've deviated from horror for a little bit, so I wanted to stick with horror for a little bit. But Raven Shell, you'll be happy to see that this movie is 94 minutes.
Oh, fucking what's a treat.
But it's Pakistani, and it's got subtitles.
I'm fine with subtitles.
It's Canadian.
With my new eyes, I can read close.
He said, yes, boom. I think he's excited about this one.
All right. If Fla Fla Foo Foo was excited, then I'm excited.
Let's see. I'll see if there's anything else about this movie. Yeah, we'll just do the movie. You guys we don't need any more information about it. So we'll do In a Violent Nature, and that will be next week. All right. So we do have one voice message. Flare. What does that mean?
Digga-deer.
What does that mean?
Flare.
What the fuck?
Can you just play the goddamn message?
God damn it.
Jesus.
We should have Jack Black on the show, and you guys can have a fucking bliggity-doo battle.
I would like to have a bliggity-doo.
Just make fucking weird noises. Maybe we'll see if maybe Jim Carrey's not doing anything. Maybe he can take a break from painting and grooming his beard and hang out and do some of that.
People like that.
All right, let's hear from Evil Corny.
Hey guys, I'm going to give Exhuma a treat. Really enjoyed this film. I wouldn't mind seeing this these same characters or this team or whatever in a sequel, story, on another case or whatever. I really thought that they had a nice team dynamic and everything, especially one dude that was a geomancer. I've never heard of a geomancer before, but that is a cool title.
What the fuck?
Yeah, but you all have a good one. Thanks for all birthday wishes and everything I got from everybody, and I hope you all are having a good one. Evil Coordinate out.
What, Raven Shadow?
I love Corny so much, but yes, you have fucking heard of a fucking Geomancer, Corny. Geoforce, Batman Outsiders, Terra from New Teen Titans. It's a fucking elemental power of controlling Earth. You fucking have heard of Geomancer before.
Well, you're calling him out.
No, I
might
love
as well
him.
just call him a motherfucker. Jesus.
I'm trying to fucking tell him. And I'm trying to help him.
Tough love.
Oh, Angry Townsman says Terra would be more a geomancer than her brother, though, right?
What'd I fucking say? No, yeah, fair. I mean, yeah. But yeah, you're right. But yeah, Terra had the fucking rock gimmick and flying that. Dirty kitty pride. Yes, thank you.
Dirty kitty pride.
She was a dirty kitty pride. There was some remarkable inappropriate things with Slade Wilson back in 1983.
Well, it'd be pretty dirty if she tasted dirt like our geomancer friend.
I mean, all I know is she was 15 in a hot tub with fucking Deathstroke.
Jeez. Jeez.
I didn't write it.
You sure?
Yeah, I didn't know. It's not my gimmick.
Oh, man. All right, so that is it for voice messages. Corny, thanks for the voice. Oh, thanks for the voice message, Corny. I did mean to show last week on the video feed. Let me get it. I have it right over here. Evil Corny got me a gift. And it was very cool of him. He got MZ something, too. MZ did a unboxing. But let's see if I can get this on screen here. But Corny got me a Star Wars Black Series figure. Motherfucking Cad Bane.
Oh, shit.
It just faded out. Fuck.
Cat fade.
Tom Foos.
Tom Foos.
It's the color in it. It keeps...
Okay, bye.
Oh, man, that's annoying. You can kind of see it, right?
It's great. And just once again, all confusion over his geomancer question aside, Corny is
he's a brother.
One of the great brothers of all time. He's such a brother.
Brother rating what? What are we saying?
Today, +3.
+3.
Yep.
What does that mean? You normally say brother rating out of 10.
Yep.
So what's a +3? 10 +3 or just +3?
You got to fucking figure it out. I'm going to send you the stats. No. He's a brother rating out of 10 +3. So it's very nice.
See, here's the thing about that. Corny is a great dude, and he probably deserves that rating. But now everyone else that you have said brother rating out of 10 feels inferior because you just gave him a +3.
Because I was on the spot, and I feel I panicked, and I feel you set me up for danger, and I don't think you made it a safe space for me to congratulate my friends.
I asked you brother rating out of 10. That's it. That's what I asked. And you set yourself up.
I felt attacked.
You felt attacked because I asked you for a brother rating?
I do. But you know what? I love you and I forgive you.
Yeah. Wow. You turned that around fucking quick.
I know it was nuts. Is it working?
No.
Because
no.
Let's just squash it.
Wash it? Or watch it? What are you saying?
Well, I had squash it, but we could wash it. Whichever comes first.
Squash it or wash it.
Yeah. I think we can both agree that MZ sucks.
Are we talking about snakes with fucking heads on them? Squash it or watch it?
Yeah.
That snake was fucking freaky, right? Like now
it was, yeah. Oh yeah. We're gonna fucking get into that.
No, we're not, because we're done with the movie. That was fucked up.
It was. I was worried about the dog, quite frankly. I was fucking.
Yeah. Brother snake rating out of 10.
No, but I think we can all agree that Corny is awesome.
We can agree on that. So yeah, Corny, thanks for Cad Bane. Appreciate it. I didn't set you up like a motherfucker.
You did set me up like a motherfucker.
I asked you for a brother rating, which you give every fucking week. I you know what? I did set you up. I gave you a fucking alley-oop. The ball was right over the fucking rim. All you needed to do was knock it down, and you fucking tripped. I look like an asshole because I alley-ooped the ball, and you weren't there to fucking throw it down, and you tripped, and you made me look like an asshole.
But I'm not going to judge you for that.
You're not going to judge me for me looking like an asshole because of you.
I'm just saying I love you.
I am so confused right now. What is even going on?
When are you coming over?
Never.
I'm totally off all next week. All right.
I might take some time off.
Where's Monster Zero?
I don't know. He just fucking took off. He gone.
He gone.
All right. Well, I mean, I was going to wrap up here, so.
Oh, yeah.
Anything else, Raven Channel?
No, I think we're done.
You think so? Huh?
I don't think we can ruin things any more than we already have. So I think it's time.
It's Vader time.
I'm so big piece of shit.
Let's see.
Speaking of Vader, I was never a big Van Vader mark. I didn't like the mask.
No? It looked like a jockstrap to you?
Not until now.
MZ, what were you? Were you a big Van Vader fan?
I was excited for him when he came to the WWF, but his run there was really, really bad.
Yeah, he was a monster in Japan.
Oh, he was huge, big time good.
So, all right. Well, we were just kind of like shooting the shit, waiting for you to get back, and now you're back. So, I think we are done. Anything else you guys wanted to get out? Any other fucking coffin corners or anyone we forgot to mention? Let's see. Let me just double check the voice messages. Nothing else. All right. I think we're good. I think we're in the clear here. So let's see. I don't think we have a guest next. Oh, I just realized that next week is the 4th. Any of you guys have plans on the 4th of July?
I think I'm doing my staycation, so I think I'm cool.
Okay.
No.
MZ? Okay.
No.
Yeah, cool with me. I mean, I don't really do anything on the 4th, so
I don't want to do fucking fireworks on my gimmick.
Ollie doesn't like them.
You don't like them.
How's Parker MZ with fireworks?
Just like any other dog, he freaks the fuck out.
Yeah, but it's not like any other dog because Ozzy doesn't mind him at all.
Really?
He just he gets mad. If they persist for too long, he'll just bark at him. But he'll just be like laying down trying to sleep. And he doesn't. It's crazy. Like he doesn't really care until they start getting really loud. If it's like a grand finale and it's like, boom, 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 you know, he'll be like, just bark at it and be like, "What the fuck, dude? Shut up."
Yeah, my dog freaks out.
Yeah. Do you have what's it called?
A thunder blanket?
Russian vest?
Thunder jacket. Yeah. Do you have one of those? A thunder shirt?
Yeah, one of those vests. No, we don't.
Oh, okay. Do you have one, Rave Shadow?
For me.
Well, you know, you got to put it. You're supposed to put it on like an hour before you need it. So you should put it. You should just get up in the morning and put on your fucking thunder shirt.
Yeah, I got a fucking 3-hour window.
Thunder. Oh shit.
Did they?
Oh, good. No, go.
I did buy a dope fucking Faith No More Angel Dust t-shirt when I was down the Cape.
Recent? Oh, so just this past week?
Yeah.
Nice. Is it? Oh shit. What was?
It's the album cover. It's the swan.
Yeah, yeah. Is it a white T-shirt or is it black?
No, it's black. It's black.
I used to have
black
one.
with-
Fuck. What was it? It said something on the back like bastards or something. Oh man, it's gonna drive me nuts if I don't think of this now.
It's hard because I would buy so many shirts at shows. And I love having the tortoise in the back. It's just different now, you know. So you like rock shirts are different now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they kind of like it doesn't quite have the same flavor as buying, but like I ain't gonna fucking buy a $40 fucking shirt. You know what I mean? Like, come on now. It's 2024, prices are high, but it's cool. But I bought that, and I bought actually a dope. It was a black T-shirt with just the Wild Stallions logo at Spinnaker's.
Okay, I think I found it. Yes. Okay, I it's the most ridiculous shirt, and I can't believe I had this. It's basically Faith No More in their underwear. Like all of them are.
Oh, I think I know that.
Are in their underwear except for Jim Martin. He's in his normal gear, which makes it even better. Like even Roddy Bottom is like doing like a side profile, and he's like sticking his gut out. Like you can see him, like he's very clearly sticking his gut out. And then on the back it says "You fat bastards." That's the one.
I know that.
Yeah.
I know that image.
Yeah.
I know that image. That's so good. And actually, my only Anthrax T-shirt is off Sound of White Noise record, and they're all just at a diner, like drinking coffee.
I think I think I know that one.
And I miss that shirt so much.
I had so many fucking shirts back in the day. Like
Yeah.
when I moved, when was it? I think it was when I moved here down to Maryland. I shed at least like 150 shirts. And I still
I remember you did that.
Yeah, because I offered. Yeah, that's right. I offered some to you guys. Maybe it was only
I have 5 of them.
Yeah, maybe it was only like 100. I don't remember. It was like 100 or 150, and I still had like 200 shirts after that. It was fucking insane. I have to go through them again too, because like there's no way I'm gonna wear them all. You know, like it's just, and they just take up tons of room. You know.
It's literally part of my plan this week. I live alone for lots of reasons, but I have 5 fucking
closets.
with
Yeah,
all fucking shirts.
Yep,
Like,
yep.
I don't need that many T-shirts.
It's crazy. Yeah. Man. All right. Well, I think now we're done. I wanted to think of that shirt. I couldn't remember what it said. I just remember it said bastards and something like that.
Yeah,
but you fat
great.
bastards.
It's
Yeah.
There was a dope. It sucked. Like there was 2 Public Enemy shirts I was gonna get, but they didn't have my size. But it was the classic fucking logo.
extra small.
No, I do. I'm a double XL.
I know you wear a double XL. It doesn't even make sense to me. I wear a fucking large now.
I'm skinny but long.
Yes. But you don't need them to go down to your thigh.
No, but I don't. I like having some.
You know, you're not showing off the fucking physique, man.
No, I'm trying fucking not
You're like,
to.
that's the point.
I'm fucking trying not to. I'm ready to fucking do my exercise next week.
All right,
But
well,
I've been walking.
Before MZ fucking turns into a fucking carbonite over there.
I've already checked.
No
out.
shit. Yeah. Oh boy, no shit. I had no idea. No shit, Chet. No shit. All right. Well, just
Look at his
as
haircut.
anyone with a haircut like that, you know they're an asshole. All right, that's gonna do it. Let's say goodbye. MZ, start with you.
Arrivederci, douchebags.
All right, Michael Raven Channel.
live fast, love hard, die with your mask on.
All right. That's going to do it, everyone. We appreciate you guys tuning in to episode 622 of Trick or Treat Radio. And as I mentioned earlier, on Sunday, July 7th, probably around 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are going to be doing a Patreon live special. It is Sunday evening cartoons. We're going to just hang out on Discord. We're going to stream cartoons. You guys just come join the chat room, get on voice. We're going to just shoot the shit, hang out, and we're going to have a live feed of some cartoons and stuff that you might normally see on a Saturday morning. I'm just going to do that. And everyone bring some cereal or like your fucking... Hey, if you want pancakes, that's cool too. Toast, whatever. What do you bring, Rave Show? You don't have to tell us like what brand if it's. But what do you think?
What do you think he's going to bring?
Uncrustable or 2?
Or 5?
Or 10? What do you bring, Rave Show? Do you know yet?
Probably a nice cold beer. But like, listen.
I said fucking cereal.
It's got to be breakfast oriented.
Yeah. Oh, he's like, it is.
You know what? Because my mom loved me, she had a gimmick where she would do Mickey Mouse pancakes, where she'd have the big fucking circle in the fucking
All right,
middle.
well, save it for next week because we're running low.
Yeah, you know what? We were this close to getting out of here.
Yeah.
This close.
All right.
And you had to open up your yap.
Next week we're doing.
You fucking asked a question.
Next week we're doing.
No.
I asked an easy question. I asked like pancakes.
There are no
waffles.
There
cereal.
are no easy questions for this guy.
All right, next week we're doing In a Violent Nature. It is on VOD in like 30 minutes, so go check it out. That's it. Say bye, everyone. Oh, wait, that's the other show. See ya.